All right. So as I'm starting to realize there's never a delay. When I click stream, it's streaming. So hello, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow technical artists. Welcome to another stream here on the project of the RigBuilder using our friend Bob here on my left or my right, and he is spinning happier than ever today. Hello, Bob. How are you doing, man? Oh, such a great addition here with this beautiful smile. And yeah, as usual, if you would like to participate on the stream, please comment here. And we're going to be discussing whatever topics and dynamics and life and hobbies and industry of visual effects, rigging, a little bit of cycling, and I don't know, whatever comes to mind, you can participate. Let's talk about it. Maybe some gear stuff. Let's talk about it. So here we go. Straight into work. Today we are back into the development of the skeleton here. So we have some tasks here. We have some goals on this piece of paper. On this sheet of paper, we have some goals, and that's what we want to achieve. This is the main items that we need to have developed in order to do a checkpoint or a kind of sort of a demo. I want to record something just showing what was developed on the last week or so, and uh, in a shorter version because it's always 1 hour, 1 hour something, 2 hours of stream, and it's impossible to digest what exactly have been done. So on the next week or so, I hope that we're going to be able to get like 3 minutes version of just showing what we have right now. And for you that has been here or that will see this in the future, what we have is a rig builder able to rebuild what we are seeing here. So it is able to import everything at this point, and now the latest addition is it is controlling the rig. So all of the controls here, you can see that the joints are not oriented to some extent by design, because this particular joints here, if we orient them, they're going to look a little bit weird on the twist. So right here you can see that they twist pretty much on the y-axis, and there's no bending or weird behavior. If we orient them to the parent or to the child, we are going to start to see some like twisting down of the head while it's spinning. That being said, then what we need next is the ability to store the data about which type of control this is, and we need to be able then to adjust and export. So what we need then is, let's just type out here some information. I haven't restarted my PyCharm since yesterday, so there's a high chance that we're going to be struggling here with the dragging. Uh, anyway, so on the development here, what we need, let me see. There's too much stuff here. I think this is old news here. I might just get rid of everything here. Anyways, but the main point is, let's keep the eye here. I think it's more interesting, and I can tell you. So what we need is to develop the neck module. So this is just a base module, or the controls that we are seeing. They're just like base controls that are just binded directly to the joint. The neck module is a little bit more, has a few more elements to it. Then we have export, import, skin clusters. We have this already developed, but we do not have it implemented into the rig. Then we're going to top group attributes, export, import control shapes, and add tongue joints. So add tongue joints is also one that it's important, might be necessary to add this right now. So Then comes in one of the advantages of being able to remove this. So I'm adding the controls, the base controls and constraints skeleton to base controls. So if I turn this off and run this, we should be able to get the same build without the controls constraint to the rig. I could add the controls and not add the constraints. In this case, I'm just going to not have the controls or the constraints so that we can make the adjustment to the skeleton that we need. And the adjustment that we need right now is to add the tongue joints here. So we should see the tongue here inside of the mouth. Obviously, where else would you get the tongue, right? Uh, but yeah, that's the tongue. That's what we need to evaluate. The tongue then is going to be what parented to the jaw. Uh, uh, Sorry, I'm just checking my own movements. So I believe, yes, I believe we're going to be parenting this to the jaw. So I would then just add something like this. Just double check here. If we move this, yeah, it's going to be moving the tongue as well. We can see here that there's a slight offset, and the tongue is not 100% in the middle. So I'm just going to adjust that and keep, I don't know, like 4, 5 joints or something. Should be good enough. If we need more information or more levels of distortion here, I'll get back to this. But right now, it's just to have a position for, like, we just need this data of where the joints are placed, and we're going to build whatever system out of this. So here, I'm just going to manually parent this. And because I am isolated, so it should be good enough. And then we're gonna see what are we doing with this later on. So then I will just select this and I will export the selection, and it's the skeleton joints. I'm just saving the skeleton. And if we run this back with the add skeleton base controls and control constraint skeleton to base controls, we should have the same thing again, but now the skeleton is going to be brought back in, and we're also going to have the controls here. So this control is now parented, or the skeleton is now parented to the control, and we have controls also to these guys here that we just created, and they're constrained, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, so just as you would expect of a standard FK chain. Right, so this is the most basic version of a tongue rig, but that's not the point right now, because we can have ribbons controlling that or having like other approaches to controlling that. But what we do need is to have something to begin with, just to get the positions. How's it going today? Are you having a good time? Did you have a good day today? Did you learn a lot? Did you uh, forgot too much? Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. I feel like I am learning one thing and forgetting two, so that happens. But anyways, I am going to work on, okay, so the tongue is added, so I can remove that from my list. and we're going to keep moving. So the next item on my list then is to control, so to be able to adjust the type of shapes that we want here and to save that, right? So I will maybe, what would be the best way, because I do have the necessary methods to make it work, but I need an easy way to actually switch this into the proper position. So Sam Walton is in the house. How's it going, man? Can stay long, but wanted to come through and show support. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. No need to stay long. You can, keep going with your life. And also, as I said, eventually I'll have a checkpoint or something like a overview of what's being done so far, and we're gonna have more information in the future. So when this is done, I'm gonna try to have a compact version of this development so that we can maybe do it ourselves or other people can do it. Cool. So, man, have a good night. All right. So let's keep going here. Okay. So where we left yesterday, I'm just checking where are we right now. So the skeleton is, uh, or the controls are established. So we have the prefix here, neck, and it might be the case that we are going to set this by script right now. But what I need is, because on the script I am able to, when I have the object of this particular control here, for example, I can tell it to be whatever I want, in the sense of it can be a arrow, a fist, a circle, whatever. And we can change this with the class. But then when it finishes running, I have no access to that anymore because I don't have a UI or anything to edit this, guys. So what I would need is to just at least some of them. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to do it manually on this first one, but yeah. So let me just check then what types of what type of controls do we have available here? Because I honestly forgot. So the one I need is kind of a pointer. It couldn't be an arrow or anything like that, but yeah, that's not the smartest idea to check it through this part here. I may be able to just check this here. Now, Sam Walton is saying, can't remember, but didn't you say in one of your streams you worked for Digital Domain? So if so, do you work on one character by yourself or is it a team effort? Uh, it depends on what you're in which project you are. There in the visual effects projects, they let me get my friend Bob here on the screen. So Sam, on some of the projects such as visual effects projects like movies, or this is my dishwasher if you ever wonder what's going on, but in visual effects projects such as, like, I don't know, Spider-Man or whatever, just think of a random project, right? uh, this happens, like you get one character and you work on that character from beginning to end. It depends on what team you are. So if you are also sculpting blend shapes, for example, if you're a blend shape artist or a generalist modeler, uh, you are probably going to be working on a single character. But it happens that, I don't know, maybe a result is not being achieved or something is not happening as the supervisor wants or something like that. It may happen that that they will change the character to someone else. It's a rare occasion though. It's more like it's ideally you would get a character from beginning to end, or at least the parts of the process that are relative to you. So if you are doing facial rigging, for example, or body rigging, or you're going to do that entire chunk of the pipeline yourself. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. So, and yes, I do work on DD. Okay, so we have the cube, you have cube base, diamond, wrist, foot, move, rotation, type, single rotate, set name, get name, list available shapes. I guess that's what I need right now. I guess I still have that loaded here. Control shape library. Yeah, so I just want to test something here. So Sam is coming back with a question. Sweet. I recently saw some breakdowns for Black Widow and they were awesome. Yeah. I got into DD about 6 months ago, and I am on a team that is developing new tech for Unreal Engine integration. I don't know how much I can talk about it, but I probably cannot talk much about it. But it's basically trying to integrate already existing technology that they have for this new pipeline for Unreal Engine, which is something that many studios are doing right now, focusing a lot on the Unreal Engine thing. It seems like it's a path with no return. So yeah, it's been a ride, man. It's been a pretty gigantic ride with lots of learning, taking responsibility for uh, you know many things that I wasn't expecting to be, but at the same time, it's how you learn. The bomb falls on your lap, and you gotta figure it out. I guess it's just like life in general, right? When I got here, I had never imagined I was gonna have a child. So you just gotta life give you eggs. You gotta make some omelets, right? So let me just check here. List available shapes. List available shapes. So I just want to check from the list of shapes that I have, what types that I have available at the moment. And it's not even that many. Single rotate, foot rotation. I need one that is like a pointer. So given that I don't have the particular shape that I want right now, I don't know if it's even worth it to. Oh, I thought I had a circle here though. I don't. Shape name for shape name in self dot keys. I don't know if that's wrong. Shouldn't be though. Okay, let's try it like that. Maybe. Okay, so Sam is saying here, uh, yeah, real-time engines are the next big thing when it comes to filmmaking. Would you suggest learning more about real-time workflow, considering that where things are looking to go? Man, it's a hard question to answer, and it's not a straightforward one as well. I mean, you can be fictionated for visual effects, for example, but if you're thinking of career progression, what I see more and more is that visual effects in general is a small market, is a small industry. Not that it's small; it's a gigantic industry. But when you start to try to get into the top of like lead positions or senior positions, uh, especially on the but I wouldn't say especially, but rigging is in general. There's not many people doing it. So when you start to get into this smaller, smaller groups, when you look at VFX, you have people that. So if you look ILM, if you look, you know, the studio DD or any other bigs to scanline. There are many here in Vancouver, but Weta, for example, you're going to face the if you're trying to get into VFX, there's people that are working on this for 20 years, 25 years, you know, like so you're getting there and you're trying to grow in a system that people are like much more experienced than you are in that particular topic, and it's going to be very hard for you to acquire a status big enough so that you can say, "Oh, I can grow fast in this industry." Unreal Engine, on the other hand, is a new thing that not the guys that are already established are not interested in learning. Some of the time, some of them are. Uh, and it's not like I know that many people as well. Like I'm talking, I'm generalizing very much, but just to say that there's not many people on the industry right now that are able to do it, and they're hiring like crazy, and they cannot find these professionals. They're trying to pick these guys from uh, gaming studios, EA Games, Coalition. They're trying to get some guys from gaming studios into the visual effects so that they can learn, like get people that knows how to do it. So it started. So but that to say that it depends on your path. You can be very happy working with VFX. If you want to think of career progression, maybe if you go with Unreal Engine, you're gonna have like a, a fast entrance into the market, and then you can navigate from that. It depends. Everyone Einar, my friend here is saying everyone is hiring riggers right now. Everyone, it's not right now, it's like all the time people are hiring riggers. Not trying to flex or anything. It's just yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But Einar, welcome in. Thanks for throwing me some good energy here. Highly appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have all the knowledge in the world. I'm just talking what I know, and it's not much. So take it with a grain of salt. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue here. Then, so I was thinking that I needed to change the shapes here, and change it to something that I could actually pick up. But I don't think I'm gonna think about it right now. And the most important thing is to continue on the development of the new like the other systems. So one thing that it's important is to make a bind test. So I think this is a good thing to do next. Actually go and bind this into our mesh here. So what's going to happen then is I will need a function then to export this. So I'll grab this joint here. Oh my God, what have I clicked? What have I done? Okay. So I'll select this and I'll select this guy, and I just want then to bind skin, and I want the joint hierarchy and apply. Now, I am going to be using NG Skin Tools, and I don't even know where I've left my NG Skin Tools button here. What is the box 3? This should be working. It's fine. So where's my NG? It's been a long time. Oh, there you go. It's hidden here. It's loading. And it should be good at any moment. But yeah, inner is correct. it is something that is like, I don't know why rigging. There's not many people interested in rigging, but I assume it's like a combination of factors. One of them being that it has a kind of a huge entry barrier. We can see by the amount of people that are interested in it just by looking at the numbers on the content, like how many people are watching stuff about rigging. It's not very attractive in the first instance, but I do find it very attractive. I like it a lot, and yeah, I'll update it later. Oh, and it's a market that it's has like it needs a lot of riggers that sometimes you cannot find. So what I would do is just start with a base for the neck, and then I am going to spine T1, and yeah, I'll do the head at the last instance. So I'll do edit weight, select it, and this is NG Skin Tools. If you never heard about it, it's just a skinning software that is, in my opinion, the best one on the market. At least that I know. Maybe there's new stuff, but as far as I'm aware, it is the thing. So Einar is saying, have you tried NG2? I'm really liking it. What is it? Is it I've seen it prompting me with so Einar is saying here, have you tried NG tools, NG skin tools too? Or is it not NG skin tools, like a different thing? Let me check it. But I think I saw so NG skin tools too. Is that it? Oh, V2. Oh, I'll have to check that out, but it seems well. I'm taking whatever whatever we can get out of it. I'm taking. Yeah, I can see there's some better icons here. Pretty good icons for the layers, full mirroring. Oh man, that's awesome. And what is it? Inner? Is it the I don't know, but I'll check that. I guess it's just selecting influences from the viewport. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that it had this feature. Man, it's annoying to not be able to do that, right? So once you this like on this version, if you deselect the mesh, you basically cannot. You gotta go back, what I usually do is I go and grab I grab the joint, grab the name, and then I get back here. So grab the name and I get back into NG and I search for it, which is annoying as hell. Really cool, really cool. Right, so this is binded right now, and yeah, but as you can see, it's hard to select the controls right now, so may or may not be a problem. I just want to have like a basic skinning right now so that I can try to export and import back. If you can do that, it's already very big, a very big step. Because then we're talking about something that is literally a rig builder. It's actually creating something and building it back. There's a long way, don't get me wrong. There's a very long way ahead, but yeah. So yeah, we're talking about NG skin tools. We're talking about skinning. Wow, how exciting! Think about it. The room's going to be popping up right now that we're talking about skinning. Not many people like skinning. I know a friend of mine, Zwan, that he detests skinning, and he's a rigger. It's just a polarizing topic, I guess. Actually, a friend of ours, Einar, also knows him very well. Awesome guy. So Yeah, I'm just going to roughly do this. I honestly don't need to do a great job right now because it's just like a test. I don't even know why I just want to have the head here uh, roughly skinned so that we can start testing the import export of the skin clusters. Zwan is a legend, says Anar. Yeah, that's true, man. You know that Zwan, when I got into Bardell, Zwan had just got there. So first of all, I got to Bardell, right? This is a point. If someone is watching now in the future, I was working in EA, and then I got this opportunity to work in Bardell, and then I got there, and Zwan, this friend of mine, is already working there for a month, and it was such an insane experience. My first experience as a rigger and working in Bardell and working in animation, and we are working in Vancouver, BC, and yeah, I had to. We were learning so much with each other, and I can still remember the feeling of sitting the first day on the chair of Bardell and thinking, man, I'm gonna rig some stuff here. I was before that I was in EA and I was working as a character artist, so I wasn't really rigging anything, and that was my dream at the time. So yeah, Einar is saying I can skin all day every day, but blend shape sculpting is the thing that I hate most. Oh man, yeah, I don't mind skinning that much as well, and I don't know about blend shape sculpting. I had to make this option. This is the comment from our friend Einar here. So I don't know. I don't know about skinning or sorry, blend shape sculpting. I have a friend now and in DD that does the blend shape work for DD. It's a very different thing, right? So uh, it's kind of a high end sculpting, so it's more like you know sculptor's job with like a lot of details and everything else. But I'm always like on this branch or in this. Uh, I'm always questioning myself because I also like to sculpt, but I don't know if I want to focus on blend shape sculpting. That one of the reasons why I bought this blend shape set here because I kind of wanted to focus uh, on the technical side here. Not I don't have anything against it. I like it a lot. It's just that you gotta choose. It's so hard, man, to even get started on this thing. And I've been working with this for I don't know. I don't even know how many years right now, like 3 4 years, and I still feel like I haven't gotten anything. Neck control. Let me just see if I got all the neck joints selected here. Yeah, I just want to test if it's roughly if it's working, roughly working. Yeah, let me just hide this template geo here. We don't need it right now. I just want to check. So it's neck control. Yeah, so we can kind of see it's not great by any means, but if we can make it so that we can look at that. Oh yeah. Well, the neck's never going to go that far. But if we can make it so that um, yeah, inner saying here, dude, it's hard finding. Let me get this comment in the phrase. Dude, it's hard finding the time and motivation to work on personal stuff after working all day on rigging for work. That's true. I know. It's nuts. I don't have any motivation at all. I'm here dragging myself. No I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. I mean, I totally understand you. It's for me the hardest thing is to find a project that sort of matters. Especially, I mean, I was working a lot on this blend shape stuff, or not even blend shape, but quite the opposite, trying to do like a joint rig that was good somehow with the Joker project. And then all of a sudden we were kicked by the metahumans, right? So metahumans is looking great, and then all of a sudden you get yourself like you got to ask yourself like, all right, so what's the best way, or is it even relevant to create anything at this point? Because you could just use what is out there, and even if I create something, doesn't even mean that it's going to be relevant enough. Like, uh, who's going to use this? What's the point of creating something that has no purpose, right? And yeah, that was my biggest drama, and one of the reasons why I was working offline, and I didn't know if I was what I was doing is also learning the freaking Python thing in a higher level. Is It's also so um, how to say it, it is it makes you tired, let's put it this way. I was trying to learn Python, like this classes and inheritance thing. There's a lot of information out there about it, but it's also so freaking hard, man, to even understand, because you can usually people just give you that good example, like that example of, oh, you have, let's say you have animals, so now we're talking about animals, and then you have the first class that it's animals, and then you have the second class that is mammals, and then you have the third class that's, so this is being inherited, and then the third class is the giraffe, and then and it's, but how do you even apply this? And then you can go for tutorials, but then this is one of the reasons why I'm working on this, because whatever comes out of it, I think that we're gonna have. I'm feeling more excited about this project right now, because I do feel like this has some potential uh, for the future, whatever the future may be. This is terrible, by the way, but it doesn't matter. This is not what I am looking right now. I just want something to test. I don't need to be perfect right now. I mean, it can look not bad, but I'm not going to take this very far right now. Just a simple skin here, simple skinning for a test. Yeah, Umesh is in the house, first of all, and is saying completely agreed with your last two statements. And Einar, I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. Einar is a Viking, so he is. I'm gonna have to ask him and offline how to pronounce it. But Einar is, or Umesh is in agreement with Einar, and I am in agreement as well. It's hard, man. I am doing this just because I feel like I need to take care of my of the survival of my baby and family at the moment, basically. But I also have fun. I don't like. But if we are talking about, say, for example, this thing of doing it online, I have a lot of fun by doing this as well. I feel like it's almost like a symbiotic relationship where it might be that I am, I don't know, losing some time by talking or, having to think on multiple things. And skinning is great because of that. You can just not think about anything. I could be literally, spinning a dish in one of the hands and just doing skinning. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I would say that if you find something that you like or a project that you like, all of a sudden the ball starts to roll. And Einar is saying that you are pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, Einar is well. I heard other people saying, of course, but when it comes to the Magnusson, that one is not clear to me. But it's a cool name, by the way. And Gaston Aguilar is here as well, saying hi. Hello, Gaston. How's it going, man? Welcome. Welcome to the night session of rigging here with Moa. And yeah, I was just doing like a simple skinny. I want to even add like just a jaw joint here, just to you know why not? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly add. So this model is not really symmetrical. So for that reason, I cannot use symmetry. So I'm just going to use this kind of stuff here to mask partially. And then after that, I will refine, or I don't even care too much about refining. As I said, so just recapping here, what we're doing right now is uh, the rig is building itself up to this point now. So all the controllers are being added automatically, and of course this is just the base controls, the stuff that is automatically added. But then we're going to have the systems that are more scripted out, like I want to say hard coded, but we're going to have to add a system to the neck here to be able to control all of the joints with one single controller. We needed a little more sophisticated system to control the jaw, and we also need a like a ribbon of sorts to control the. I believe that's correct. Sorry, guys, I'm just thinking out loud, trying to figure out here. And yeah, all the systems are going to be added on top of it. But basically, so the very first thing that we need to do is to be able to export this weights and import back in. Einar is saying bye bye, nighty night. And it's enough, Einar. It's enough, man. Go get some rest. That's what you need. That's what you need to work to get tomorrow to work and rig, paint weights, and even sculpt some blend shapes. Man, it's awesome to be able to communicate with you. I haven't had this opportunity before to spend some words together, and I'm really happy. Send some hugs to everyone in Bardell. Yeah. So yes, so we got here. That's what we have. It's simple. It is not great. Let me see here. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, the control pickers are not even, easy to use right now. All I want is a simple skinning that we can then export and import back again. So then we need to have something to make sure that we're uh, exporting something, right? If it's a random skinning, it could be just a standard binding, and that's not going to help us find out if we are on the correct path. There are easier ways to do what I'm doing right now, and I don't want to lose time, to be honest. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so What I will do is relax this scanning a little bit. Okay, so it is obviously bleeding into the lower part here. I don't want that. This guy here, it's okay. But then later on, we'll also be able to compare this to the actual blend shape and see, okay, so the placement. So if the blend shape is what the actor is actually doing, we can check out if the movement of the jaw joint is similar, interesting enough that we can trust something like that, just the jaw joint. And yeah, I guess it's good enough for now. This is obviously not perfect. Yeah, it's going to be good enough. Just remove some of the influence here, just to okay, that's not perfect, as I said. I know that. It's fine. And this will then be zeroed out. Okay, for a test, for a initial test is not too bad. All right. So I will save the scenes just so that if something happens, I don't lose the progress here on the skinning. And I will then be trying to now export this skin cluster. So now that we have some skinning, it's going to take a little longer. So meanwhile, I will go into the script here, and I will add a new function here. Import shapes, import import return type. I'm just checking here. What do I have? So, also, is this too small to see? Let me know. I can increase it. Uh, so yeah, let's just write this information here, and we are going to get started. So add controls to skeleton, constrain controls to skeleton, and then I'm going to do like import. So define import skin. It's lagging. My brain is lagging as well, but skin clusters. And for that, I know I have a function that I wrote recently, which, by the way, was right in the beginning of this stream. I was import from product files. I was working on this function so that we could get started. And this is not what I need. This is what I need. And I need to find, yeah, so set skin. So this is export dictus JSON. That's not what I need. This is the skin weights manager, and that's what I want. So we only have two functions here on the skin weights manager. It's import weights from file and the export. So pretty straightforward. Right now, import selection skin weights file, and it's going to a particular file which has been set on this. So let me increase the font size here so that whoever's watching doesn't need to be forcing it. So that's a lot better. All right, so we're talking about the skin weights manager here. So we're going to be setting the directory path right at the beginning, the geo list right in the beginning, and we then will be able to export. And on the process of importing, I don't think I need the geo list. That's just for the export process. Yeah, so let's start by exporting this skin cluster on the scene here. So the file is saved. We're not going to lose this. I'm going to add a delete all custom nodes. The file is saved. Yeah, is it saved? We need let me just export this just for the sake of safety. So I'm going to go into data, and there's skin clusters there, but system model. What? Oh yeah, I know it. I know. So I'm just gonna create a folder here called ng skin tools, and it's going to be add initial skin. That shouldn't take long because there's not uh, many joints here. But oh, it's gone. All right, so we're now going to use our script editor to try to export this skinning. So what I want here, I believe I have this already. Not shape. No, 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 no. Okay, I don't know what this is. So I'm just going to remove all of this, and then I'm going to do import tp rig dot tp rig utils as tpu. Yes, import it. It's fine. So tpu dot skin. What did I call it? Skin weights manager. Manager. And I do need some information here, but I should have. Silly me. All right, so the path that I'm going to be exporting it to, then let me get a brand new thing here. It's going to be in data, and then it's going to be in skin clusters, and it's going to be in model. This is the path that we need. And I don't think it's going to work because it's usually needs to be. So anyways, let's begin. Okay, so it's skinny skin equals that. I can better explain the class later if you guys want. Just let me know. So it is then, what's the function? Model, and we'll just add like the add last thing here. Yeah, so you can see that this backslashes they don't work, man. I don't know why this happens. Sometimes you gotta use your bare hands to change some forward slashes. Sucks. Okay, so then we're back here and it's export selection. Export. Why is it not rolling the selection? Skin weights. And I don't know that I need any information except for the file name. And the file name is going to be uh, model model geo skin weights. I don't know if I need the .py. Do I? File name, file name, file name. Do I need it? I might need. Let's just add the .py. Oh no, it's JSON. Okay. Let's see. That's it. Oh, but it did save it as JSON, so we do need to delete this. First of all, let's just check if all the skinning is here. Yeah, it's an empty skin. Oh, also because we did not delete our custom nodes here. And let's just get rid of this .json. Yeah, but it's 1 kilobyte, so I don't think it's correct. All right, so why? Oh, because it's not about the selection though. Okay, never mind. We are going to be able to add this manually. So it's add model geo. Let me delete these files. Let's run this again, and now we got a crash. So that's better than nothing. No object matches name, age. Head model geo, line 46. How come? But there is a skin cluster, right? Skin cluster 1. Let me call this a different thing. So head model GOS SKC. So we are then oh, that's so simple though. It's a list. Okay, we got it. Boom. There it is. Our skin cluster has been exported. And it's a lot. But it is there. So it's fine. We got it. Now that we could save the skin cluster, we are then able to script its return. So where have I? Oh, I had already import skin cluster here, so I'll just use that. All right, so I think I have imported the utils are there, so it's TP utils. So I'm just thinking here what I need. So I needed to go and access the full. So let me check how's the function written down here for importing. So I need to first get this started, and I need to provide it this. So let's get started. So skin, I'll just do like skin manager equals to tp utils dot skin cluster skin weights manager, and we need the folder from which this is going to be picking up. And the folder that we need to be picking it up from, it's set here already inside of the class. We have it. So this is the utilities. No, this is the part where we are setting the folders, and it's on the project directory dict list. As terrible as it sounds, skin cluster root, skin and skin clusters model. I don't know if I like this. Model skin clusters root, skin clusters model. I, I don't know if I like this, but anyways. So, oh boy. So I need a map to navigate this thing right now. It's already getting too big. So, okay. So what I need then is to add the path of the folder. So it's going to be self dot. I just saw it. It was directory. Seriously now. 556 and I need to find that thing again. So it is project directory dict list. So it's 5576. So we go right back there, and it's going to be project directory dict list, and then what we need is that one guy there. It's skin clusters model. That's going to return the project folder where we can find the skin clusters. And the geo, it's going to be, so I'm going to get all the geo. So why do I need to why do I need the geo? Why do I need the geo for? And for importing, I don't need the geo. Doesn't matter. As long as it's in the skin cluster file, it's not an issue. So I'm not going to place anything into this. It's just going to import. And that's it. Is that it? Wow. What is this? Int? Why? Oh. It's project directory dict. That's what I need. Because this one is holding the order, so it's okay. That's all good. I guess we got it. So then skin manager dot import files. Cool. So if everything goes right, now we are going to execute this, and it's going to be rebuilding exactly what we have here, which is almost like magic for me. I didn't think I was going to get to this point. It's too soon. All right, so it's all saved. Skin cluster saved. File saved. I can go. Oh, I have to restart the UI. And we should be able to rebuild it. Let's see. My God, it's amazing. Oh, but it's not registered. Yeah, okay. It's going to build without it, but we're going to be adding that. So it is not, it didn't work because we don't have that particular function registered to the rig. So now we need to do import skin clusters here and add it. So I'm just trying to find here as usual. I need to split this in smaller things, but right now that's what it is. So uh, register build method, and then it's going to be import skin clusters and weights. And this is going to be parented to the self dot top level item, and the function is the import skin clusters. All right, so now that should give us what we were looking for. And we have the import here. Import skin cluster is here. So we can technically, actually, we could technically just run that, and if it works, it's going to happen here. Damn, no way. Holy smokes. But it is working. Okay, so I need to get rid of the sprint statements. It's too much. Why is it logging every single skin percentage from data? It's basically setting each and every vertex. Wow. Okay, so it works. Let's see. Let's grab this one, which is an easy catch here, more or less. But it works. It's exactly what we had saved. Great. Just close this template geo, and let me grab our friends from the neck here. Perfecto! Hooray! Awesome, man. So this is what I say. It's, just cheering for the small achievements, because that's what we got. Sometimes we got no achievements on the day, and this is a small achievement in my opinion. We got it to import the skin weights. And so right now what you saw is the thing being done on this particular like I I've run the function after, but let's do the whole thing and let's see how it feels, how long it takes, and the process is going to give us an idea of how long it's going to take to import. So this is when we're going to have to start thinking of the optimization of the code. This import is being done with a Maya command, so which is set skin percentage, and that, as you can see, is not demonstrating itself to be too optimized. I mean, look at that, the little numbers going up there. That is setting the value for each of the vertex. So it's fine as long as it works for now. There's not many different types of geometries. It's not like we have a body geometry, or we have what we can see here, and that's going to be easy to set. But after some time, I can see this being like a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes to import, or even 10 minutes to import skin clusters. That's totally out of reach. You can see that it took 66 seconds here. And that's a great thing about having this RigBuilder telling us how much time it took to execute. Feel great about it. And yeah, so another thing that I need is to add the controls into the proper group. But yeah, it's working, boys and girls. So we have a freaking rig builder. That's officially a rig builder. It's not a crazy dream. So see, if I thought this was not going to happen, and it's kind of starting to work out. So yeah, it works. So we can start proceeding into a lot more things. Like all of this geometries here could be being imported. So we are approaching 1 hour right now. I will likely just drop the mic really soon. Yeah, it's working exactly as expected. So I will also bind this guys here just in case, you know. Skin, bind skin to hierarchy. I'll do the same thing for the tongue. And the tongue needs to be binded to this guys here. So it is selected joints, apply. Oh, it couldn't be selected joints though, because, oh God, okay, let's go again. Because we also need part of it to be binded to the jaw. That works. So for this guy here, I am going to be painting skin weights here on the standard old way fashion. And it's going to be the jaw, and I'm going to flood this, boom. And this other guy here, it's going to be flooded by the head. For our tongue here, I will then be using a different method. And it's going to be NG Skin Tools. So the first thing that I'm going to do is use the base layer here. Just go for this guys, paint, edit, assign, relax, boom. And then I'm going to create a new layer here, and it's going to be jaw. And we're going to be then just painting the outer part or the bottom part here. Let's see if we can do a good job of just selecting this automatically. Let's see if I can grab this guys without getting the upper part there. Doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. You watch inside it. Well, it did get those, so I guess it actually worked. So it's fine. I'm going to paint this and flood. And now mode place. I'm just gonna clear this a bit. And this, as again, it doesn't need to be perfect. I didn't even need to be going this far. But I just want to check if this is what we want. Right, so it's not too bad. And I'm going to export all of these guys right now. Yeah, and I'll just do all of them actually, so that we can, you know, actually have a fully skinned character. Just bind this to the head, and whatever is the eyeball. So this has no, it doesn't even have left and right. How crazy is that? Oh, it does. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, but this one doesn't have it. And those guys here are gonna be crazy to import back because they just have too much geometry. So this is going to start to be a pain in the ass right now. So I'm going to have to rethink the eyes already. So as far as actual geometry goes, I think this is what we have. All right, so I'm going to open the script back up, and I'm going to export once again the skinning of this geos. And this time instead, I will use just a command to query this. So cmbs dot lssl equals true. So I'm then initiating this guy and exporting it again. It should take a little longer because we have that many more geometries involved. So hey, how's it going? Are you still alive in there? Are you awake? This is what, Wednesday night already. It feels like it's been, I don't know, an eternity since we have started this project. It's the 16th stream live episode of streaming this development, and right now what we have is a rig that is actually rebuilding itself, or the script is building itself. It's building the rig, but it is exporting and importing back our skin weights. So this is what we have. So let's see, let me save this, just so that we don't risk losing the skinning that I just did, just in case when we bring it back it doesn't work. But I believe it's going to work. I'm just going to rebuild this, and we will see that it's going to take a lot longer to import everything. The skinning is going to be crazy now. So last time it was a minute. Now, who knows? Probably 1 or 2 minutes. So we can talk about something else. Let's see. Let's check out the code. So let's see how the skin cluster or the skin weights are working here. So basically, when we're importing, it's just getting like digesting the data and then using the skin cluster uh, and the set skin percentage to change the values on each of the vertex. And that's what's like. So we have here 4 vertex and vertex influence dict. We have the skin cluster name, the vertex that we're editing, and then the transform value, meaning the value of the skin cluster on that particular vertex. This is what it's doing. It's I don't know how exciting is that to be read like this, but at least it works. So on this side here, let's keep going then. Let's keep moving while it loads. We don't know how much time it's going to take at the end. It's still not done. So we have export, import, skin clusters done. Great. So this is one item last on my list, and we can now start thinking about actually controlling the neck. Look at that, it's taking a while. All right, so the code is not too bad. It can be optimized in many different ways, but it is organized. It has a class for each one of the stages, and the naming, the names on the variables are is acceptable. Gosh, and yeah. Oh, I wasn't expecting this new stage in our development here where we would have to wait for the RigBuilder to actually execute what it needs to do. Uh, but so the things that we have next here in hands, this is our task list. I know I could be doing this on the computer, that's pretty obvious way to do it, but sometimes just to keep it cleaner. So we have stuff on the UI as well. I'd like to add a progress bar. I would like to add a right click menu. So when you right click on the item that you want to execute, we can see like run or change color, whatever, background color, an attribute window, so that we when we click on the item or to be executed, we can have access to variables that we can change. This is going to make it more flexible. Stop execution flag, so whatever item that we choose on the list, we can then still going, by the way, on the rig builder list, we can add a stop flag there so that when the rig builder is executing the task, it stops at that particular point that we added the flag. So we also have changed item background color, something that I spoke about already too, and save camera position to avoid having to go back and forth. And every time we build, dragging up to see the top of the rig, and that's it. So let's see if it's already back. It's not. So that's kind of a problem. That's something that I'll have to also add here. Optimize, optimize weights import. All right, so that's good enough. I think it's going to take a while. I don't know how long it's going to take, so I'm starting to think that this is kind of the end for today. We're approaching 1 hour and 30 minutes. We had a lot of uh, support from our friends here, Einar, Gaston. We had Amash. We had also Sam Walton in the house, and these guys just gave us so many topics and energy to continue speaking today. So whenever you want to interact, just feel free, join us on the conversation. And yeah, that'll be it. I would really like to finish by checking out the results, but it's just taking way too long. Let me see what else I can do here. So I need to start building the systems. Let's think about this neck. Let me check the code for the neck module I have written before. I don't think is it a utility though? This is the face rig. Oh, it's probably here. So we have the neck here, and this is the neck module. Okay, so that I built it before I started working with. Yeah, that's definitely the case. I did this mega function here before I started dealing with classes again. And this is just a mega function here. With when I say mega function is because it's just executing a bunch of stuff in sequence, and that works. It's fine. We are. It feels to me like I didn't have, because when you have classes, that one of the advantages of the class is that you don't need to, you can split things in smaller methods, because one of the problems with functions, let's put it this way, is that you can return information, but the system that is executing the code cannot keep track of the information that comes out of the function unless you are returning it. And even so, you're going to have to, have kind of an environment to transfer the information from one to the other. And I don't know if I'm being that clear right now, but with classes you can do that. You can just have information. So if you have a smaller method, that information can be stored, and the other method can then use the same information and keep parsing information, so that you don't need to have a gigantic function like this, that it's hard to change things, because you don't know if you change something on this method here, if it's going to, or on this section here, if it's going to affect the next section, and so on and so forth. So when you look at something like this, you're like, God damn it, what am I going to do with this? Like, if you need to change something here, it's just going to be crazy. So this is something that I will need to work on as well. But it seems that it is organized. I know that I organized it well. So you have the sections, so joint section, joint setup section, surface setup section, control setup section, and lastly, group and organize section. So this is not going to work, because the system as is right now is not using the information the same way. Hey, I want my rig back. Come on, man. And I haven't even saved the eyeballs. Imagine if the eyeballs were in this thing. Was going to import it tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to figure out as well how to do this on the Maya API, because this is definitely not very viable. So I'm gonna give it an extra minute here, and if it doesn't come back, it's done for today. I cannot wait any longer. So Maya API. We're already checking stuff for the next time. I can do this on my own. You guys don't need to be exposed to that. Oh yeah. Just another minute. Another minute. It's good to come back, but it's just gonna take too long. All right, I'm gonna finish this for now. There's no point to wait any longer. Unfortunately, our script is running and it's working. It is important the skin clusters back into the model. That's why Maya is like just sleeping right now, and it is working. It's just taking long because there's too many vertex to set. So as I said, next steps are optimizing this skin cluster import. This is a huge thing, otherwise we simply can't work like this. Uh, the neck module, the top attribute groups, and export import control shapes, and that should be it. So thank you so much for stopping by, for participating. If you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for checking the content, checking the channel. You can watch the stream on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and you can find me on LinkedIn if you would like to connect with me. So you guys have a great night, and tomorrow I'll come back with some working results. Cool. And that's